Hey y'all, let's do a reading. So today I'm going to pull from the cards deck, but what I want to do is pull something a little different. I want to know if you're close to your soul's true purpose. I think there's a lot of hesitation out in the universe right now, out in the generations right now. If you're working, if you're in the community doing a job, I think you either feel like a job is a job and you get paid and then your time is the weekends and after work or whatever, or you feel deeply unsatisfied that you have to do what you have to do in order to make money. I think increasingly we're starting to figure out that our career, what we do for most of our lives, for 8 hours a day plus, maybe 10, maybe 12 hours a day, needs to be in line somewhat with what we're passionate about, with what lights us up inside, with what our soul's true purpose is. And the science is in terms of finding a purpose. It promotes longevity, it promotes happiness, it promotes it even does something to your facial features, like having a purpose and being excited and enticed by life and what life has to offer you in the aspect of your job and what you do every day, at least a little bit. Like, we're not going to like all parts of our job, even if it's our soul's true purpose and our calling. We're not going to like every part of the job, but you should at least like a little bit of it. At least most of it. There's always paperwork and dumb crap we have to do. But let's pull on that. I want 3 cards. I could do this as a pick a card, but I don't think so. I think just for my general audience, what soul true purpose are we following? Are we in alignment with our soul's true purpose? Just as sort of a general audience question. Are you close? The cards are being very spicy. But we're getting close. This is always the tough part, right? It's flip-floppy. It's flip-floppy. You know how I've said for the last week or so that the energy of the universe is flip-floppy. Like, is it or isn't? Will it or will it? Like, in and out, flip-floppy. Yes, no, no, yes, yes, no. Okay, but this is what I'm left with. All right, so we have the 2 of Pentacles at the bottom. Interesting. We have the Knight of Wands. Okay. We have the King of Wands. Okay. We have... Are you fucking kidding me with this? You saw it took me forever to shuffle. It stopped. I couldn't shuffle anymore. It was like a frozen deck. And these are the 3 cards that come out. And the way that it reads is, this says absolutely frickin' yes. It says yes on a lot of levels. So I think if you're watching this, if this doesn't resonate with you, I'm sorry. But whoever this message was intended for, not only are you on the right path now, but you're working towards something that is also your soul's true purpose. You're a multi-layered individual with a lot of talent in a lot of different areas. You have ideas for days. You have such a strong presence also in your business acumen that you could pretty much talk anybody into anything. These are very, very valuable skills. And I don't really even need to pull clarifiers because whoever this is for, maybe so you know that it resonates. But I think, so let me give you a little insight too. Whatever you're working on now is your soul's true purpose. And I hope that you keep on doing it for the rest of your life because it'll bring you a lot of happiness. But there's also something that you're maybe working toward. And I think that has a potential to also bring you a lot of happiness and purpose. I see at least two things that were your own idea, that were your own, that you yourself were motivated to do, and that were just for you. Like, I didn't get any pentacles coming out. I think it's still a freak of the freaking universe that I got the entire set of royals in the, well, I didn't get the page, but I didn't draw 4 cards, so give me a break. Let's see if it was, no, the Fool was the next one. So I said I was going to draw 3 cards. Those are the 3 top royal from the Wands suit. I'm still getting over a cold and I'm highly medicated, so give me a break. But look at that. Like, that does not happen. And I keep pulling really incredible readings. It's bananas. I want to pull on the Queen of Wands. There's something about that sunflower, something about honestly, the Escalade that's bothering me. So I want to pull on the Queen of Wands. We're just going to have 3 cards, maybe 4 to clarify that. This is really insane. Like, I just cannot get over the fact that I pulled the Knight, the King, and the Queens. And the Queen of Wands read the Knight, the Queen, or the King, the Queen, the Knight. The suit of business for business. Do you guys know that? Like, if you're not familiar with tarot, like, this is the suit of wealth, of business, of entrepreneurship. And the 3 cards that came to the top after forever shuffling, and then the whole deck froze up. And if you're a tarot reader and that's how you know. And you have to sort of train your intuition to get to that point. But anyway, tarot deck froze, and this is the 3 cards that came out. Now let's not forget about our bottom card. So our bottom card is the 2 of Pentacles. There's something about prioritizing or making choices that does get your goat every once in a while. Okay. Bottom card on the Queen of Wands is silently moving toward something. Silent water, soft adventure, but also going on to something better, which is, this makes sense. I think this is your transitory sort of movement into this other thing you want to do. The 8 of Swords, the King of Cups, and the Empress. Okay, so you are delayed on this track, on this secondary thing that you are trying to do that will be your next big reason for living, like your purpose in life. You have been delayed in getting to it because of the Empress. Not because of what she's done, but I would say because of your overthinking of the situation or your delaying. A lot of you guys have things mixed up. Like a lot of you, and I'm sorry, but I'm going to go on to a lecture and a tirade, but I hope it helps even just one person. So a lot of you have this idea that it's one or the other. You've got to either focus on your career, or you can go ahead and, find a woman or commit to a woman and settle down and do that thing. And you're like, there's been this like generational wolf in sheep's clothing of an idea that says, oh, you've got to, stay away from the women, stay away from the whatever, and just hustle hard. I am here to tell you that if it is truly the Empress, and if you do find your soulmate, that person was given to you by God, by the universe, to help you get to your goals. Not to distract you, but to basically put a gallon of fucking lube on the tunnel that goes toward your goals. I think maybe y'all got mixed up if you chose the wrong person, because a lot of times the Empress doesn't come to us as the person that we think they will be. It's not our idealized image of a soulmate, or they are in a different shape, or they're older or younger, or they're a different ethnicity, and we're not exactly ready to make those big changes. So I'm telling you this because, if that resonates, and if you find, oh, well, since I broke up with this person I thought I had a spiritual connection with. Sorry about the dogs. But if you're saying that to yourself and you're saying, since I broke up with this person who I had a spiritual connection with, it's actually been more difficult to level up in this thing that I've been trying to do. Well, put two and two together. Listen, I know this for a fact, and I've seen it happen many times. It has happened in my own life. A woman who is your spiritual partner in life, who is the puzzle piece for you, she will elevate you. Like I said, she will lubricate that path to your goals. She will make it easier, and you have no idea. But once you know, and then you're grateful. Just ask any more authentic. I got my own words stuck in my throat. Ask any man who has been married for a while. Who has been married to a woman who takes a back seat or takes an equal stance with him. And I mean equal, I mean not really equal, I mean back a little bit. And I'm not a trad wife, I don't. But there are some partnerships where there's give and take. So skill sets are a balance, and they're not in competition. So anyway, if you have to ask people in the world, you can't do this alone. And your soulmate is there to help you, not to distract or hinder you. And once you get together with them for really and commit to them, then bada bing, bada boom, everything starts falling in place. And you're probably getting little hints of that here and there, and little gifts from the universe, and little things going right, or things making sense that she said, or something like that. That's what this is about. So Queen of Wands intrigued me because I knew that there was a little bit of self-sabotage going on there. And the self-sabotage might be just just a fear-based, like trauma-informed instinct. And that is, oh my gosh, she's going to distract me. I've got to run away from the Empress. I've got to focus on my hustle, on my thing. I got to do this other thing. And then I want to do this thing. So I don't have time for her. She will exponentially give you more time. It's one of the magical powers of the universe. You will realize the amount of time you actually have, because not only will she shore up those gaps and create a partnership and do things with and for you, but it will just all start to make sense. You'll sleep better. You'll do what you need to do better. Your time management skills will be better. Your relationships will be better. Your ability to work with others will be better. You'll glow, and that glow will carry on to the universe. Anyway, that is that, my friends. I love it. I love it. I cannot believe that. What a perfect frickin' reading this is. It was divinely guided. Like, I wasn't even going to pull tonight. And then the universe is like, pull on their purpose. I want to tell them. I want to tell them if they found their purpose, if they're headed in the right direction. Let's pull on this Knight of Wands, shall we? I have a feeling that there's a little bit something to say about that. Crazy. What a crazy freaking reading. Knight of Wands. So knights in the deck, so knights can be a little bit more impetuous. They're not as confident or have as many resources as the king and the queen. They do the bidding of the king and the queen. So the way that this de-escalates doesn't bother me. Like, it goes from king to queen to knight. That doesn't bother me. What are you supposed to do? Huh. Okay, the cards are done. I'm not. Yeah, so the Nine of Wands. Again, I mean, adventure, impetuousness, yeah. Okay, so this is another message that's pretty specific, but sometimes in the actual doing of the job, both things, your current passion, and it's big, it's all encompassing. Like, I get the feeling like part of it you do for love of the thing, and then part of it you do for money. So if it's art, for example, like, obviously you're going to create art out of love, but then you're going to make prints for the money, and you're going to do social media for the money, that kind of thing. So I think it's most about that, that passion, that purpose, but maybe even into the next passion and purpose that you have coming up that you're really working toward. But I think the message is not to let that happen, not to let it bleed. So you have this inclination. When the devil comes out here, it's not necessarily like, oh, the devil made you do it. Sometimes it is. But mostly it's like this negative energy, this self-sabotaging, this tiny little whispers of doubt. It's doing things that aren't quite right. It's like, I heard this YouTube video on the way home of like, well, generally, my advice is, some guy was giving advice on how to get into a concert. And he's like, generally my advice is do what you want until somebody tells you no. So I mean, that it depends. Like, that's a pretty blurry line. Like, I really don't recommend that. And especially if it has any way to hurt anyone else, like, no, don't do that. Um anyway, that's kind of what the devil is like this additional, like, little noise that is bothering you in your head, or the little whispers that want you to do something kind of naughty that you might get away with, or just like, I don't know, just like full on like testosterone fueled shit. Like, if you're under 5 and your frontal lobe is not fully developed, so, but you know what? Some guys, they're 30, okay? So if you're under 30 and your frontal lobe is still growing, then it's that little voice. This is do it, like, risk it all, like, gamble the house, like, drive 170 miles an hour on the highway, like cheat on her, like, everything that you can imagine. And stupid stuff like, you don't need your family, like, you can do this on your own, that kind of thing too. So it's the little nagging voices and negative energy, and it's like static energy. It's not energy that makes you necessarily feel good or bad, and that you've got to be like, there's layers to this, so I'm not going to go there. But listen, this is the little voice in your head going, what if I did this, or what if I cheated in this way, or what if I cut this corner, or what if I, it's that same old thing that I've been pulling on about, like, what if I sold gold plate as solid gold, that kind of thing. Not to that degree, but it's a little bit of like, you have maybe a background noise encouraging you to take shortcuts, but the universe is encouraging you to not take shortcuts, but instead to think about where you're going, to take due diligence, to look at a map, to ask others what they have done to get where you want to go. That's so important. And then just like, you can be a little bit of your own worst enemy. So follow their instructions on how to do what to do. Yeah, there's a lot to that, but mostly it's just about, like, hey, do your due diligence. Ask people who have been there. They've paved the way for you. Why would you take a dirt road in a let's see, yeah, why would you take a dirt road in a Tesla Concept Model P pickup truck? It's fake, by the way. Never gonna happen. But why would you do that, take a dirt road, when there's a beautiful highway that's already been laid? Yeah, somebody else put it down, but you can ask people, take their advice. It saves so much time. Oh my gosh. To take others' advice and not learn the hard way. Oh my God. All right, let's pull on the King of Wands. Why not? Might as well round it out, even though this is already longer than anybody frickin' watches. The average watch time of the long form videos that I have is 4 minutes. Like, you can't even get a tenth of the message in 4 minutes. Like, I don't know. I just have a stick-to-itness about me, where if I commit to watching a video, I'm gonna fucking watch it. You can't, like, again, that's what I'm talking about, okay? That's what I'm talking about. It could be something as subtle as just skipping ahead. Like, you go to read you're getting into computer science because that's your passion, and you get a computer science for dummies book, and instead of reading it you actually just skip through pages and then you go to a job interview. And I was like, come on. So it's skipping through videos. It's like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. All right. Knight of Wands has the Eight of Pentacles as the bottom card. And this is the card I felt needed to come out. So that's the bottom card. I'm going to leave it right there because this is just so validating for this whole draw. And then we have the Sun fueling that. So this is all about your craft. This is about getting better. You know, that whole, I like one modern sort of fuel for internet memes that I will stand behind is try to get 1% better every day. And if you achieve that in any area of your life, like if you're 1% calmer today than you were yesterday, great. If you know 1% more about making pentacles out of gold, perfect. If so 1% better every day. This guy is industrious. He's hardworking. He knows that the harvest is, he's harvested, he's creating, he's almost ready to just focus and then achieve. And the Two of Pentacles. It's a feedback loop. She's telling me how it is. Yeah. You still have, oh my God. Oh my fucking God. Oh, I was going to say, as I put this down, I was going to say, you still have the potential to fuck this up. You do. Like, you still have the potential to ruin this. Like, don't be too crass about it. Just because I'm reading your tarot doesn't mean that it's just gonna happen. You still have to do it because you have the potential to really fuck it up if you don't focus. Look who's gonna fuck it up. The Emperor. Now, you might think, oh, the Emperor and the Empress, they need to be together. Yeah, but she needs to be behind him. Let's roll back, rewind to when I was first laying these cards down. The Empress needs to be with the Emperor. She is not. If you try to do this on your own, you will fuck it up. And whether that Empress comes to you in the manifestation of a family or of another fulfillment that is feminine energy, okay, that's fine. If you are in fact feminine energy, this reading isn't for you. This is for masculine energy because I'm reading the feminine as the external. This is you. This is you, my watcher. As weird as that sounds. This is you if you're alone. And if you're alone, you fuck this up. What you need is support. Hopefully the support of a good feminine energy who supports you and unconditionally loves you. And that is very hard to find. But if you find it, grab onto it with everything you can because they will elevate you and grease up that freaking path. Like you'll go very fast down that path. This has been the most craziest, incredible reading I have ever done. And I am so happy that I pulled on the King of Wands too, because holy crap. Remember, this was the bottom card, right? I'm not pulling extra cards here. This was the bottom card. It just resonated with me so well. I had to pull it out, but this is it. 3 and 3 and 3 and 3. 3 and 3 and 3 and 3. I'm blown away. I am going to say my prayers tonight, and I am going to probably fast. And I am going to tell my family that I love them. And then we're going to move on with our life. But this is incredible. I'm really excited for you. I'm really, if you're tuning in and you watched all the way through this reading was definitely fucking meant for you. So don't fuck it up. Like, if there's someone in your life who fulfills that feminine side, who supports you, Grab onto that person, give her everything she needs, and then watch miracles happen. Absolute fucking miracles. They will. They will. What do you have to lose? What do you have to fucking lose? Just grab her, give her everything she wants, say, yes, baby, let's do that. What do you think's the best idea? Great, let's do it. Put down your ego, go for it. What do you have to lose? If she really supports you and you feel it in your soul, you're going to be amazed at the miracles that happen. Okay, that's it. I fucking love this reading. I fucking love tarot. So enjoy the rest of your night. Thanks for watching.